All right, everybody, welcome to episode 90 of Word on the Street. What's going on, everybody? We got Nathan Frazier already in the studio. Raquel, what's up? How you guys doing?
Good, you?
Doing good, man. What's 423 mean? I have no idea what that even.
All right, Al, and your phone number here.
Let me check.
Oh, Raquel,
I'm sorry, sir.
mute
I have.
yourself. I got you. No, I got
Raquel,
you. Good.
Hi, guys. Sorry.
No worries. Do your work. Do what you got to do. Nathan, what does 423 stand for?
That's the area code for Chattanooga.
Nice.
Sideways, got a UTC logo.
Nice. I like that.
So
I like that. You know, that used to be a thing. Remember back in the 90s, like when you like hip hop, they would always talk about like where they're from, their area code. You know, the 313 or whatever. I think that was Detroit with Eminem back in the day. Kyle McNaught, what's up, brother?
How's it going, Trey? You're looking good, my man.
Kyle, you were an Eminem fan, I bet.
Why is that? Because I'm from Florida.
Nah, you kind of look like you might have been an Eminem fan. Nathan, Eminem fan?
Yeah. I'm a fan.
Mafia, all that stuff. Oh yeah.
Southern man.
No, our basketball for UTC this year is really, really good. Right now ranked 11th in the mid-major poll. Got one of our guards is on the top 25 player of the year nationally look. And then we have Silvio De Sousa transferred from Kansas. He's the one that went up in the stands and killed everybody against Kansas State. So the NCAA gave him one more year.
Nice. Yeah, I remember De Sousa. Yeah, that guy was he's quite the talent.
He's a beast.
He is a beast, no doubt about it. I think we had Tyler jump in, but then he jumped back out, so I'm not sure. Hopefully we get him back on here soon, but that'll be good. So how's everyone doing? Everyone have a good week? Everything's good? Yes, no, yes?
Yeah. No, I mean, no COVID scare, so I'll always take that day for me.
It is good. That is. Has the weather warmed up at all? Are you able to get out of your 2,000 square foot house and take your kid out?
No, and I learned it's 1,300 square feet. I was just bragging.
2,000 is quite roomy. It's actually not bad.
No, mine's is 100% smaller than I was bragging about for some dumb reason. But it's 10 degrees up here right now. It was ice cold. Not fun.
That's chilly.
Right.
Well, I'm playing the music that identifies the world that I'm living in right now. I have to tell you guys, I don't know if you recognize this or not, but this is the soundtrack for Encanto. Ron, I think we might have some. There we go. Ron had some background noise. I'm playing.
I was like, this is some terrible music you're playing, Trey.
Shut. Well, you know.
You shut your damn mouth, Colton. Dude, Encanto. That's what is it about the Bruno song? It's about to be the #1 Disney song of all time. It is one away from beating Aladdin's Whole New World.
I know. I'm not sure what's going on with Lin-Manuel Miranda, but that dude is a freaking beast. Like everything that guy does seems to be just gold. And so, yeah. So this is what we've been listening to and watching for the last week and a half on repeat, nonstop. And the crazy part is that a couple times I've actually picked it myself. What is that all about? Like, it's okay if my kids like request it, but I've been like, I think I want to listen to that song again. So out of the way that
it's like
goes,
someone comes on here and trend setting.
I listened to it last weekend too. I was like, yeah,
it's so good.
Here's another one, Vivo, V-I-V-O. It's on Netflix. Another Lin-Manuel. He actually stars in that one, but that one's got some banger hits as well.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, it's a good one. The kid, like the beat, bouncing my beat to my own drums, a pretty cool one. That's a good song.
Kyle's
already on
Spotify
Spotify listening to it.
What's that, Coleman?
I was going to say Kyle's fangirling real hard right now.
I think for Lin-Manuel, for sure.
For sure. That dude is so talented. Just absolutely ridiculous. Oh, we're up to 8. We only got 2 more slots left. Let's see who's going to fill them up. We got Greg Roberts and Robert M. Bain joining us today. What's up, fellas? How's Chicago land?
Cold.
Yeah, seriously. I'm in St. Louis, so mine's like 5 degrees warmer than what you guys get, pretty much. So I know the feeling. Brutal.
You know what's great, Trey? Is you and I are gonna be nice and warm here pretty soon.
I know. I can't wait. Monday can't come fast enough.
You guys got a cuddle plan?
I mean,
we got a little bromance plan this next week. Yes, we do.
Very nice.
And it's going to be a bromance. There's no doubt about it. But very excited. Yeah, we'll be in Vegas for the Manifest Conference next week, and I'm going to get out there and do some work on the mastermind event coming up. That Lee's Lucas Group mastermind event. I got the golf tournament I'm helping to host, so I'm working on getting that all lined up. And of course, I might play a little bit while I'm out there. I don't know. We'll see what happens. we'll see how it
I
goes.
will also be at the mastermind. I'm very excited for that.
I know it's going to be great, man. Coming up, it's going to be exciting. We got an MMA fighter / coach who's going to be joining us. Faraz Zahabi. Jared Wolf is coming to give us a clinic again at the golf tournament. Joe Theismann's going to be there, former Super Bowl champion, MVP. I got to do a quick podcast with him about 2 or 3 days ago. And so it's pretty cool. I got to sit there and talk to Joe Theismann, which if my dad were still alive, he would be insanely jealous about that.
My dad is wigging out when I showed him who the guest is.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. And then we got and then PJ Fleck's gonna be there at the University of Minnesota, head football coach. He's gonna be keynote speaker at dinner. Just a lot of fun stuff, a lot of cool stuff going on.
Cassandra Gaines is gonna be there.
Cassandra Gaines is gonna be there. She's hosting a panel that has executives from Amazon and C.H. Robinson and some pretty big powerhouse stars in there. We're gonna be highlighting the Colombian operations team. That's cool. So it'll be a lot of fun. We'll have a good time. And it's Vegas. So and it's Super Bowl, and I'm hoping that I get to wear this bad boy on Super Bowl Sunday. Speaking of which, we have a little wager online. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but my good friend Nate Cross of Freight 360, the poor guy, lives in Buffalo. He doesn't have a choice. So he's a Buffalo Bills fan, right? And this weekend, my Chiefs are welcoming the Buffalo Bills into Arrowhead Stadium, going to make them feel really nice and comfortable before the beatdown. And we got a little wager on the game. The wager is whichever team wins, that person gets to ship their jersey to the other person and have to wear it on the next podcast. So there's a good chance that Nate's going to be wearing this jersey on the next episode of Freight 360. Shout out to the Freight 360 guys. There's a small chance that next week on Word on the Street, I'm going to be wearing a Buffalo Bills jersey or whenever we can do it. Because I'll be in Vegas. I won't actually get the jersey, so it might be a couple of weeks before that happens. There's a small chance I may have to wear a Josh Allen Buffalo Bills jersey on the show. So we'll see what happens. But that wager is in effect. No monetary exchange and no points. It's just win or loss.
So. Are you and I going to be live from Vegas together?
Well, so here's the thing. So I'm actually on Friday. I won't be in Vegas. That's when I leave. What are you doing? Are you going to be in Vegas on Friday?
Yeah, I'm there Monday through Sunday.
Oh my gosh! Well,
isn't
maybe
that the whole point of going to Vegas to at least be there a couple days on the weekend?
Maybe I should. Well, I need to get home, but maybe I should change my plans. I don't know. We'll have to see. I think Rhonda's taking off in a jet today. I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She's staying on the side of the highway. What are you doing? Are you hitchhiking today? What's going on?
No. I'm so close to my car. I'm sorry. As soon as I get in, I'll throw on my camera.
It's Chris Jolly's personal jet that she's warming up for.
Sounds like she's a lot closer to other people's car than hers.
It does.
Right around the corner, guys.
Chris Jolly's jet called the Freight First Class because he doesn't fly coach.
Oh.
I need some more musical stuff. So, anyways, well,
good to
have you, Rhonda. Hey, Rhonda, by the way, you just finished a marathon. Did I see that correctly?
I did. So I finished second for my age group. 4 hours and 6 minutes. So
that's impressive. Wow, that is
Thank
really
you.
cool. Yeah, no doubt. I don't even think I could get it done then. I mean, that's 6 miles a day. I mean, think about this. That's not easy. So, but that's awesome. So what, is this your first marathon or have you done several of these before?
It's my second marathon. I had my first marathon was right before COVID hit, January 8th. So this was 2 years later. They canceled it last year. But I'm more of that half marathon kind of gal.
Yeah. Well, there's two kind of runners in this world, right? There's the kind of runners that do a full marathon and realize that they should never do it again.
Yeah.
And then there's those other ones that do a marathon and for some reason decide to sign up again. And you seem to be in that second category.
Yeah, and seem to pay for the torture, which is interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, if you do one, hey, kudos to you. You can stay forever. You ran a marathon. That's cool. But to do it again, I don't know. It's a little crazy.
Yeah. I was around mile 16. I was questioning my decision-making skills, but powered through. And what's interesting is I had some family drama, so I hadn't slept or eaten properly for like the 3 days prior to, and I almost canceled on myself. I almost canceled on myself, and I'm glad I did.
But you did it. Kudos to you. That's awesome. Congratulations. Very cool.
Thank you.
Speaking of do marathons and then run right after them, have you ever heard of David Goggins before?
I have heard of David Goggins.
Oh, yeah.
That dude is nuts. Running 100 miles and then like a couple weeks later, I'll just do it again. Like, whew.
Yeah.
with stress fractures and everything. Yeah,
I mean, good for him. I could never, but oh man.
No chance. Hey, speaking of crazy things, and I need to talk to Greg about this, but we've got the Word on the Street Tough Mudder charity event coming up April 30th. If you haven't signed up for it, go to the Tough Mudder website and sign up. We'll also probably get we got a team that we're creating there as well, so make sure you do that. It's going to be a weekend extravaganza, so even if you're not going to participate in the Tough Mudder, make plans to come to St. Louis. We're going to be highlighting one of my friends' nonprofits who works with veterans who've been wounded, to take them doing some fun activities like scuba diving and parasailing and stuff like that. And of course, just a good chance to get together and hang out. It's also April, so there's a chance. I don't know. I haven't looked at the schedule yet. There might be either a Blues game or a Cardinals game we might be able to attend. So it's going to be a wonderful weekend. Now, Greg, I haven't asked. So I am not a very self-disciplined person. I'll just admit that right now. Now, you talked at one point.
It's an interesting thing to admit.
I'm just not. It is what it is. Right. But you mentioned at one point potentially coming up with some sort of kind of training routine, I think, or training schedule. I think we should make that happen because I know I need to get up and do something, but I need somebody to hold me accountable. So what do you think? You put that together?
I'm happy to put something together. I would say, I think initially when we started doing this and talking about it was November-ish or October maybe. And the goal was to be able to, by the end of the year, run 3 miles continuous.
Which already happened.
So I'd say, behind. If you're
right,
but if you're in that category,
I can run 3 miles.
Doesn't matter how slow. Doesn't matter how slow. Doesn't matter how fast.
Yeah, I can run 3 miles. I feel good about it. Raquel, you hike a lot. You could probably run 3 miles.
I can probably run it.
You'll be okay. The goal of this is not to finish the Tough Mudder in a world record time. I think we want to go there, have fun, get out the other side injury free, and go on to
absolutely. Okay, cool. So let's get a little training together. I'm going to put it on the Word on the Street LinkedIn page so everybody can access it, and we'll have that, and we'll try to hold each other accountable. That's coming up. Very excited about that. It should be a lot of fun, and that's April 30th here in St. Louis. Megan, speaking of St. Louis, welcome. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Thanks. How are you?
Doing wonderful. And looks like we also have another Chicagoland. Rob, how are you, buddy?
Excellent. How you guys doing today?
Doing well. Everything is good, man. I'm telling you what, I'm getting used to StreamYard, but I'm sorry I was a little late getting you guys in the door. I actually sat through StreamYard Conference recently, which was phenomenal. Great company. I'm going to talk more about them later in the show. But we got a few new things on here that we're going to be working on today. There's actually background music, but I'm just testing it out. I kind of like Encanto better right now because the background music they have doesn't really have any words. Can't sing along, can't really groove as much. So, we'll kind of see how that goes moving forward, but very exciting. We also did a countdown timer today for the first time. When we went live, and those of you who were late didn't get to see it, but we got to do that. So all kinds of great stuff happened here on Word on the Street. Okay, so let's transition to the first topic today. Obviously, we are right in the throes of the NFL playoffs, and I want to get your opinions on a few things. So I'm going to put a link into the comments bar. I want you guys to jump in there and take the quick survey about the NFL playoffs while we listen to the most popular Disney song, soon to be, of all time. All right, enjoy the survey, everybody. I think I should dance. Maybe I'm going to go solo and dance. Here we go.
My wedding day. Yeah, try maybe singing. I'm not doing that great.
Clouds are loud in the sky.
So Trey, do you need to give us permission?
Do I give you permission?
Yeah, there's no permission.
I apparently don't have permission to view or respond to this form.
Okay, that's ridiculous.
Greg, we could have let him sing the entire song. How'd you feel?
This isn't even the best song from the movie.
What, you like Surface Pressure?
Surface Pressure, the Amazing Madrigals, probably.
Surface Pressure is my favorite for sure.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I see that. Like all the little girls are buying the merch of the Louise because they think it's awesome. Beefcake, you should like that. They want big muscles on their Disney princesses now.
All right, refresh your screen. Tell me if it works.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Cool.
That's a great movie, by the way, though.
It is a great movie. My daughter's literally just now. I wish I could show this to you guys. They came in to my office and they're up on the desk dancing to this. It's crazy. It's chaotic in here right now. I didn't get a second camera. That's, by the way, something I could do. Is I could get a second camera with StreamYard, but I don't have one today, so you just have to take my word for it. But they are going crazy dancing. I told them to stay out, but apparently I don't have any parental powers right now. When the console's on, it goes out the door. Completely out the door. Yeah. Cal's over there, Drew. And just like he said. I know. It's just. When your prophecy is read. Can you hear my daughters are singing in here? It's crazy. All right, how are we doing on this thing? Are you guys taking this? All right, let's see. He told me that oh, beautiful. Look at this.
They can stand behind you and sing.
Oh, right behind. They want to see you. Come on.
John came in to say hello to everyone.
Happy birthday.
Gotta sing.
Said happy birthday.
It's getting crazy in here. John, happy birthday. 35.
Happy birthday.
All
Thanks,
right, okay.
all.
All right, you guys.
Trey, has your daughter mastered the hoverboard yet?
Oh my gosh, on it all the time. I mean, like everything. She does dishes on the hoverboard. The other day, and this is gross, I know, but she literally took it to go to the bathroom to see if she could sit down and get back up. I know it's gross, Coleman, but it is
TMI.
Too much information, but literally she's got it down.
Can't hate the talent though. Can't hate
What
the talent.
now, Trey? Have you been on it?
I have been on it, and I didn't fall off, but my daughters made it very clear that I am over the weight limit, and they don't want me on it. So, yeah, they're like, Dad, I don't want to take any chances. I'm like, shut up, I bought it for you. What are you talking about?
At 142 pounds, that's over.
I was gonna say you know Trey's a small guy when he does that, because whenever I get my kids something, I'm checking that weight limit, and if I got to pay an extra $20 to be able to jump on it myself, I'm paying that $20.
Well, the thing is the weight limit's 180. I'm like sitting, like I fluctuate 181, 179. So I'm just checking my weight each day to see when I can jump on that thing. Nathan, you're about to say something. What's up, bud?
I was going to say my whole house is wood floors, and I might have been drinking a couple weeks ago. The kid comes in with his hoverboard, wanting to ride it around. He thought I charged it. I barely put it in, because there's nothing better than when he thinks it's charged and he goes full speed and it dies. When he goes space first, it's unbelievable.
Oh, that is some great parenting right there. I love it. All right. Okay. All right. Going on to the survey. Let's go over some of these results real quick. So I'm going to read them off. I'm not going to share the screen. Just read them off. So we'll see what you guys say. Here we go. Which team that lost last weekend was the biggest surprise between the Raiders, Patriots, Eagles, Cowboys, and Steelers? And overwhelming unanimously, it was the Cowboys. Biggest surprise that they lost. I mean, at home. I mean, you have to talk about that.
I definitely voted for the Pats.
No, okay, it wasn't unanimous. You're right. It was overwhelmingly a majority. How about that?
Don't become the line news media, Trey.
Sorry, listen, I'm not news. I don't claim to be. All right, that's not how it works. All right, but yes, Cowboys very disappointing. Who saw that coming? I mean, who saw that coming? Anybody? Kyle,
I won money on that.
I did.
You won money on that?
Absolutely, I did.
Okay, so a couple people saw it. Megan, you saw it coming?
No, I didn't.
No,
I don't watch football.
It's America's team, so just go against them. That's all you got to do.
It's the Cowboys and it's the playoffs. Always bet against them.
That's right. That's the correct answer. Exactly. Okay. All right. Number 2. How did you feel about the Cowboys losing? One of you was happy. One was thrilled. I was ecstatic. And 7 of you said the Cowboys made the playoffs. I love it. I love it.
You missed the who cares.
Right.
Well, I know that's kind of the last one. The Cowboys made the playoffs question.
Well,
I
knew they were there. I just don't care about the Cowboys.
I love it. Okay, well, maybe next time I'll throw that on there for you. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. We'll see if I remember you at all next time I do these. All right. Question 3. Which AFC team is making it to the Super Bowl? Which AFC team? The Bengals, Titans, Bills, or Chiefs? We got some split crowds. We got 2 people think the Titans are going to make it. We'll see. They're good. Number 1 seed. They're probably the most underrated number 1 seed that we've had. Like, people are kind of like, I don't know, but they're number 1. You know,
I'm only cheering for the Titans because a guy that I graduated high school with is their director of player development. So, like,
legit, I'll give you that. That's it. Nothing else. Yeah,
I go to a lot of games, and I'd like them to win. And if Derrick Henry's made active, they have a lot better chance.
Yeah.
And if he's not, they're not going to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, much better chance. Okay, so 4 of you think the Bill. Who thinks the Bills is going to? Oh, Coleman, come on. Dude, did you say that just because you want me to wear the jersey? Is that why you said that?
And because I'm a Raiders fan, so I don't want to see the Chiefs. But did you see Stephon Diggs last year when they lost to the Chiefs? He watched the Chiefs celebrate the whole time. He's got it in his mind. He's going to go off.
Coleman's been pumping up the bills with whoever sold him that hair product.
I love it. Yeah, so
Josh
4 of you
Allen
got
and
the
me,
Bills.
His hair is
That's right.
perfect.
Four of you got the Bills, and then 4 of you, my friends, have the Chiefs. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I don't even know who you are, but thank you. Thank you for doing that. I think I could probably guess. I'm going to go Rob.
I did say
Chiefs?
the Chiefs.
Yeah, Megan.
I said Chiefs.
Yep. Raquel. Don't know. Okay, all right, we'll stop with that. All right, well.
I just
guessed.
I've done multiple choice.
Who else said the Chiefs? Greg, did you say Chiefs? No.
No.
Yeah,
I might have said the Chiefs.
All right, that a boy. Yeah,
but I think
I can't cheer for
I'm with
Patrick
Coleman.
Mahomes because
You can't cheer for
I
Kermit
still
the
have
Frog.
nightmares.
I'm with Coleman though. I
But
think the
could've
Bills
been.
are a team that's hot right now.
They're
And the
sneaky.
playoffs all about who's hot.
Really hot. But did you see? Okay, so it was interesting. Did you see? I watched First Things First on Fox, and Nick Wright, who's a Chiefs fan, completely biased, an unapologetic Chiefs fan, he actually showed this chart that was Josh Allen's QBR rating game over game for the last 2 years, and it literally every game it did this. So he's like, "Hey, he had a great game last week." So according to this, he's gonna just lay an egg. So I'm hoping he's right. We'll see what happens, but it's gonna be fun. All right, NFC. Which team is making the Super Bowl? Overwhelmingly, or not overwhelmingly, but 4 of you say Green Bay Packers, 3 Rams, and 3 Buccaneers. All right, so the Rams will be cool because I like Matt Stafford, and he suffered in Detroit for so long. It'd be great to see him, get the experience of winning that. But no experience. I think it's going to be the Packers or the Buccaneers. I think the Packers are the better team right now, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. So cool. All right, last question. If you had to bet on one team to win, not last question. There's 6 questions in this. Who made this? Good night. If you had to bet on one team to win it all today, who are you going with? 4 of you went with the Chiefs. That is what I'm talking about. And then a bunch of people with like 1 Bengals, 1 Bengals. Wow, somebody put the Bengals. 1 Titans, 1 Packers, 1 Rams, 1 Bucks, 1 Bills. So
if you got to put money on it, the Bengals are plus 1,300. All right, so
it's true.
The value's there for the Bengals.
I like it. So you're thinking.
Yeah. I'm the random one that said the Bucks. I've lost more money on Tom Brady in my life than anyone else.
until he gets beat.
That's
you
fair.
Might as well stick with him.
Prove me wrong.
That's right. It's a fair bet. That's for sure. All right, last question. Of the 4 games. Sorry, go ahead. Who's it?
I heard a statistic that Tom Brady has now had more touchdowns in his 40s than his 20s.
Isn't that crazy?
Because he started he was 23 when he started playing.
And he's in his 5th year in his 40s, and they pass more now. So I'm not surprised to hear that. But
ESPN did an infographic about him a couple months ago, basically breaking it down where he doesn't have 2 Hall of Fame careers. He has 3 now. In his 21 years.
That's nuts. Yeah, it's like Kobe Bryant. You just split it in half, and it's Hall of Fame either way. All right, last question. Of the 4 games this weekend, how many will be watching? 3 of you aren't watching any games. What in the world? What's going on? Megan, no games. Megan's not watching any games. No. Oh, man. Okay.
No.
4 of you are watching 4. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm in Vegas. I'm in the sports book all weekend, man. That's
nice. Nice. That's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun. And some of you watching 2 games. So
Robert, where are you staying?
Paris.
Paris.
That's what the conference is, and so I'm like, not gonna jump hotels and go somewhere else. So
go to the El Cortez. Just go see it.
Go see it.
Just go see it.
Is that Old Vegas or is that on the Strip?
That is the oldest casino in Vegas.
Okay.
You remember the old movie where you gave the guy $1 and he had 2 cards and he said pick a number?
Nice.
That's where it's at.
I love it.
Nice.
We have a special guest. Hold on.
We have a special guest. What?
Say hi.
Oh, puppy sighting. Puppy sighting.
He is not happy right now.
Yeah, he's like, can you put me down, please?
Why is this happening?
Quit picking me up like a baby. I'm not a baby. My daughter loves to hold Tiger like a baby. I'm just wondering, does he like? I mean, he actually does fine, but it's like so weird, just weird. But anyways, all right. Hey, moving on. So, want to talk to you guys about a couple things real quick. Some things in the news. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but the 5G rollout for the cellular providers had a little bit of a hiccup this week when the airline companies wrote a letter saying, hey, if you do this, it might shut down our entire planes. And my question is, how did no one see this coming ahead of time? What happened? What do you guys think?
There's more vaccinated people on the planes now. That's how they know.
Well, didn't they roll out 5G in Europe? They rolled out 5G in Europe, and I never heard about any mass shutdowns from airlines or anything, right?
Is it the same 5G, though? I mean, it was Europe. Is it the same 5G?
What, you assume they're just like night and day behind
I don't
us?
know. Maybe it's
Different
not
alphabet.
as not as legit. I don't know, right? Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah,
didn't they already delay this? I thought they delayed the whole.
There was a
5G
delay,
rollout because
and then they
of
were
the
going
whole
to do it
airflow.
on Wednesday.
Right.
And then on Wednesday, the whole airline industry thing came up again, so they delayed it again. And I'm thinking, again, I'm just like, this is a big deal. Like, they've been marketing about it, obviously changing the infrastructure, investing money. How did they not know this is going to happen, or have a solution like to maybe release it, but not around the airports or something? Like, nothing.
Yeah.
Like, they caught them off guard. I don't understand how that happened.
I think it was COVID, and they just wanted an excuse.
It was just COVID, and they wanted what? An excuse?
A new excuse. Like, they're tired of blaming COVID for like airline issues and not having enough staff and having to cancel flights. So they thought, we'll change it up a little bit and blame it on 5G.
Can't blame weather this time. We'll do 5G.
I remember flying with my family in 2000 when there were phones on the back of the headrest in planes.
Oh my gosh! Yes,
it doesn't.
Remember that?
It's just like wearing your seatbelt in a plane. There's no fender benders. It's not going to save your life.
Right. It's not. They're not going to find some people that were wearing their belt. Oh, that guy didn't wear his belt. He didn't make it. Yeah, it's crazy. But that was kind of news. I thought that was shocking that they didn't have that figured out. I feel like there's got to be something else to the story than just that. There's got to be something else. I don't know, but we'll see what happens in the.
I'll get my tinfoil hat on and I'll come up with something, Trey. Give me a little bit.
Yeah. Well, we'll see about that. Also, I saw a stat, and I think we may have talked about it last week. I saw a stat that 55% of people who were surveyed, I think over 1,000 people were surveyed across the country. 55% of people surveyed said that if they were forced to go back to the office, they would quit. Which I don't know when rubber hits the road if that would actually happen. But that's the sentiment now. And Coleman, you're kind of perked up there a little bit. I'm really curious how employers are going to manage this moving forward in terms of requirements, especially for remote capable work, for requirements for people to be in the office. We've seen some places like Great Waves who just abandoned the office altogether, but 55%, it's amazing. 5 out of 9 employees, if they had to go back, would not go back. They just quit and find something else. And it's pretty amazing. So I don't know. It's tough to be an employer right now.
I was literally talking with my wife and our 2 neighbors over dinner the other day, and all of us are working remote, and all 3 of them said the exact same thing. Like, if we ever had to go back in the office full time, we're finding something else. Doesn't even matter. I'm like, I kind of like the idea of going back and at least having some sort of hybrid flexibility type thing. But it is really interesting to hear, specifically talking with candidates out in the market, how important that is to a lot of people.
Well, and the other thing too is they talk about these office spaces where people can just come in and set up for the day and then go home. But employees are saying they don't like that because it's not personal. Like, they just feel like a number. They come in and there's nothing there. There's no pictures. There's no consistency. They might not be the same desk, same chair, all those types of things. So I don't even think that option, even though I like the idea of kind of the hybrid, I just wonder if people are just going to be like, no, I'm not coming to the office at all, or I'm okay with coming in a little bit, or if they're going to actually say, yeah, I'll come in and do whatever you say to do. I don't know. It's going to be tough.
Did you guys see the trend about like reserving your desk? Like a new thing with the whole, okay, if everyone comes in, like, we make it very hybrid when it comes in, like, they're going to do like, oh, you reserve which desk you want to sit at. So like, you're not set to a thing, but they're like, people kind of like their desk. Like, I don't know if this is a thing, but
they call it hoteling.
Reading that crap.
So, what's that, Greg?
They call it hoteling, where like you come in and you reserve. And it's fun. The funny thing is, so my dad, actually, they were going back, a little bit over a decade now, before he retired. His company moved to that, and he was actually a consultant in. So he hated it, absolutely hated it, because not only were they saying, okay, you get X, you get this desk, or you have to sign up for it, but it was like the consultant desks were half the size of the full-time employee desks. And he said it became, it was a weird, like, status symbol to be at certain desks or something. So people would sign up for those desks weeks in advance. He said it was just weird.
Also, given the amount of times that I've had to help some people, older people, open up a PDF in the office, I can't imagine reserving a seat's going to work out anywhere like near that people aren't complaining about it.
Yeah, Trey, I don't know.
Trey, you've been in my office.
What's that?
I have a huge office in Tranco, conference room connected, beautiful view, and I haven't been since September, and it's fantastic. And I don't plan on going back.
Yeah, I think that's the sentiment a lot of people have, especially if they kind of get into that groove working at home.
My numbers have gone up ever since, because I don't. There's not the questions. There's not the constant bothering.
It's just an exchange, right? You lose some of that natural communication, some of the just the different things around the office, the culture, I guess you'd say, but you also gain more focused time. I think some people, especially the ones that get it done, the doers, are probably pretty happy about that for the most part, I'd imagine.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see what happens on that. And then finally, we're going to talk about trade shows a little bit. Trade show season is back. So this week we start out with the Ben Gordon event down in Florida at the Breakers. It was kind of cool. I don't know if you guys looked into this, but Ben Gordon is really into investments and venture capital and those types of aspects of the transportation industry, specifically in tech. He's a part of a lot of companies on boards and helping companies kind of navigate through all that kind of stuff. He actually they host a Shark Tank at this event where up and coming innovators and entrepreneurs can pitch their product and pitch it to investors who are there. We were there. David Bell, Robert Cadena, a bunch of people from Lean were there. And it was a great turnout. And so that's kind of interesting. But that was the first one that we have. But the next one here is Manifest. Here's something interesting about Manifest. I was talking to somebody yesterday. I was talking to Tom Curie at Kingsgate Logistics, and we were both like, "Man, where did Manifest come from?" It kind of like came out of nowhere. But a lot of people are going to it. I don't, I'm still kind of learning about the background of it all. But that was going to be in Vegas next week. So with that being said, I've got a little survey that you guys do have authority to access. So go ahead and click on the link. Take the poll about trade shows, and we're going to keep listening to Encanto just because it's so good. So, that's the way it goes. See if my girls come in and start dancing again. Nothing yet. All right. Sponsors are coming in. While you're doing that, I'll give you an update on the laundry room. I know you guys are wondering about that. I've been working on the laundry room for my wife the past couple of weeks. So we got the drywall up and taped while we were on vacation. We got it painted. I built the platform. We have the washer and dryer now up. I did the plumbing last night or 2 nights ago. So that's done. I relocated the vent on the floor to make it a little bit better. I took down all the old stuff out of our old laundry room, and now I'm rebuilding it with cabinets and a little bench to sit on and cubbies underneath to put shoes. That's my project this weekend. So we're getting close. I just ordered the flooring, so that'll be here in about a week and a half. And then we'll work to put that in there. My brother-in-law's come over today to hook up the dryer power, the 30-amp power cord, so now we can actually do laundry. And my wife's super excited. She's got me working like a slave at nights and weekends. She just keeps she's like, I'm so excited to get this done. I'm like, you're so excited? I'm the one doing all the work. So she's like, hey, why don't you do this tonight? And she's like, I'll take care of this or whatever, and you go do that. And so
that's what she's like, we're excited, honey.
That's right. That's right. We're excited. I think she can really taste like using this laundry room. She can't wait.
I have to share. I just bought for the first time ever a new dryer. I've always gotten them used. So for the first time ever, I got a brand new dryer. I'm so excited to use it.
Nice.
What was that?
What kind did you get?
We got the same thing. We already had a Maytag, and it was doing really good. We needed to get a part, and it was going to take like 3 weeks to get the part. So it was just easier for me to go buy a new dryer.
Screw it. Let's just get a new dryer.
Yeah.
How many appliances are dead somewhere in a grave site that just need one part?
So many.
So
have you gotten rid of the other one?
Yeah, I did actually. I have somebody that's going to buy it from me for $75.
So the round basket in the dryer and the washer that has the holes in it.
Yeah.
If you take the thing apart and get that out, it's the best fire pit you'll ever use in your life.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good tip. Good tip. I'll keep the next one.
Good tip. Yeah, 4 years from now, you'll have a fire
15 years.
You could probably actually put something on Facebook or something, just asking people, hey, if you're getting rid of your dryer, let me know, and then you can get one. You don't have to wait for yours to die again.
Yeah.
Probably good. But yeah, so the anticipation is on now to use this laundry room. So it's going to be a busy weekend for me trying to get some things finalized and where she can actually use the washer dryer. Got the countertop guy coming today because we put the part of it has a 24-inch base cabinet, a mini fridge, and we're going to put a countertop over that so she has a place to fold clothes and stuff like that. So
if you need a towel or a backsplash, let me know. I'll get your hookup.
I love it. I don't know what we're going to do in there. We might just leave
the smart washer dryer that talk to each other.
I think that they have some capabilities, but I don't know. We bought it 3 years ago. So it was just right at the beginning of, I think you can use a smartphone, but I haven't hooked it up yet.
So we do, and they like talk to each other about how much moisture is left at the end of the wash cycle. So it will automatically adjust the drying cycle for whatever it is that we're doing. It's actually really cool.
Wow. Now, can it take the clothes from one and put them into the other? That's what I want. I want
and then
one
fold them and put them away. That's
right.
That's why I made these 4 people that live in my house that now do all that stuff for me.
I made these 4 people. I love it.
It's 50-50. Relationships are 50-50. I wear the clothes and get them dirty, and she washes them. It's 50-50. I'm just joking.
I don't know if you are. I'm not sure.
No,
all right. Okay.
I'm joking.
All right. Okay. Moving on. Let's talk about trade shows. So question 1, how many trade shows and industry events do you plan to attend in person in 2022? The options were 0, which one of you chose. Nobody not going to any. 1 to 2. 2 of you going to 1 to 2. 3 to 5. There's 4 of you going to 3 to 5. 6 to 10. There's 2 of you doing that, and then more than 10, only 0. I'll tell you what. If you are a part of a sales and marketing team, you just might do more than 10 this year because people want to go back, and so it's definitely building up. I put 6 to 10 because I think that's probably going to be a little more accurate for myself, but. Robert, I figured you were the other 6 to 10 there with me. Yeah, for sure.
I debated about it. I just don't know because this is my first year getting to get out there. So who knows?
Oh, Raquel, you got to do it. Get yourself out there. It's
Absolutely.
Great. I'm telling you, the connections that you make at these events, it's just hard to ever replicate that, even online. I mean, online you can have a wider reach. I think you can reach more people, but at these events you can actually build, so I think, some better relationships and have some common experiences, and I think it's pretty good, especially if you go to conferences where you're a vendor. So Raquel, for you, I mean, don't think about going to shows with other brokers. I mean, maybe one, but really try to find shows with potential clients. I mean, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So keep that in mind. And so question 2, which shows will you attending this spring? I just put a couple of them on here. I wasn't sure what all they were. So 2 of us are going to Manifest. I'm going to the Executive Conference in Puerto Rico. We got the Mastermind event. 3 of us are going to that. If you haven't signed up, there's still time.
Wait, who's all going to the Mastermind?
I am. Who else is going? Who's the 3rd person that's going?
Yeah, who else is going?
Somebody chose.
Yeah, somebody did.
Rob, is that you or you're muted?
I don't know, Rob.
Did you ask me a question?
Seeing if you're going to Mastermind event. 3 people said they're going, but we're not sure who they are. Now we're kind of curious.
Which one is that?
That's the one in Vegas, the lean event.
No,
I might have clicked it because
my
we're on
spam
the fence.
folder. I didn't get anything, so.
Okay, Raquel, you said you're coming?
I might have clicked it because I'm on the fence. I'm like.
Oh, you should do
it.
Is that the Super Bowl one, or is that different?
It is. Listen, Raquel, this is the only conference you're going to go to where you're not actually paying for an event that's absolutely out of this world. You're only paying for the hotel and the airfare. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And you're going to meet other lean clients. You're going to get to ask best practices. You're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to hear some great speakers. We've got awesome activities. Definitely go. You should go.
Okay.
Put it on the calendar. Bring John. Make it a date. Write it off. It's great. You're going to love it.
Little Mickey's coming too. It's going to be a good time.
It's on the calendar. That's the February 11th through the 13th.
That's February 11th to 13th. That's correct, in Vegas. Yep. And you can go ahead and register. Going to mastermindvegas.com. You can register and get your hotel. And by the way, the hotel discounts end next, I think, Wednesday. So don't wait too long. Make sure you get those in there, because on property, great prices, a brand new property. Hilton honors. If you're a Hilton honors member, you can enjoy that as well. Okay.
The world is absolutely off the chain. It's crazy.
It's really really nice. Okay. Question 3: which company put on the best virtual event so far? Here are the answers. So StreamYard got 1. 4 people put FreightWaves. Somebody put Word on the Street. I like that. I'm not sure, if this would be called a virtual event, but I like whoever did that. Kyle, was that you? You look like you had a smile. You're like, no, you didn't do it. Who did that?
No, I like it. I should have said that.
I know. Jeez.
Yeah, jeez. Who's that?
Nathan.
Who's that brown noser on the crew? Nice. I like it. Very cool. Yeah. So this is really cool. I was at StreamYard's virtual event yesterday, and they started by having a couple of people in their company who are very musical. They wrote a custom song for the conference, and that's how it started. And it was catchy and it was fun, and they were like really good, like legitimately good singers. They had a lot of music as a part of it. It was very interactive. They had a great host. It was awesome. It was like probably my favorite virtual event was StreamYard. They just did it so well. So super excited about that, and I just like it when companies do a great job. Pretty cool. So, all right, question 4: will your company jump back into a full-time trade show schedule? 5 of you say yes, 3 of you no, 1 no idea. I think companies are going to think twice about it, just to try to think about how they're spending their dollars. They went a year and a half without spending the money, and they did pretty well. So I wonder if some of them are going to be like, maybe we're not going to have as big of a presence. Maybe we'll still go, but we won't sponsor. Maybe we'll go, we won't exhibit. Maybe we'll be a little more selective on which shows we go to. I don't know. What do you guys think about that if you're a part of that with your company? Kyle, what do you think? You do that a little bit.
No, I think with you, like, it's going to be more of a wait and see. I mean, just last year, like the amount of times that you thought you were doing something and it just kept getting canceled, like it's almost hard because it's a lot of logistics of planning, like getting the right people there and stuff. And you're like, crap, I did all this work and they canceled on me.
Mm-hmm. I think though that this year we'll experience many less cancellations. I'm at least hoping so. And I think people will go through it. Whereas last year they were like, no. This year I think they're going to be on the yes side of we're going to risk it. What was that, Raquel?
It happened this past week. I was getting ready to plan to go to Dallas. There was supposed to be Power Gen, and it was supposed to be next week, and they had just canceled it like the day I was getting ready to book.
That's shocking. Mm-hmm. That's shocking.
They pushed it back to May.
Stifle in February down in Florida, which I'm like, Florida canceled the conference. You kidding me?
Right. Well, and TIA is going to be the next one for me because it's in California. Yeah. So just seeing if they're going to have it. I hope they have it. People are talking about it. They're going to go. I hope they have it, but we'll have to wait and see if that's going to happen. But I'm surprised that Texas and Florida, you have cancellations, but there must be other factors at play, people canceling, not going. But, I don't know. I hope that there's less cancellations this year.
There's going to be an initial appetite to get back in person, which we've had now for a solid year plus. So people do want to be back in person. But I agree with Trey is that is going to taper as the year goes. And I think you'll see significantly more selective positioning, for whether it's going to be, go but don't exhibit or send a smaller team, whatever it's going to be. But I think initially it's going to be get out there, get in front of people. Like, let's get back to that face-to-face. And then we'll start to be a little more deliberate with how we are spending those dollars.
But that's like, that makes sense to me from a sponsor, exhibitor, vendor side. But like, what do we think attendees are going to do? Because that's the thing. Like,
I feel the same thing.
They're going to the World of Concrete this week for 2 days.
Oh yeah, I saw.
Hence the hoodie and the hat. I'm a little tired. But the amount of people there was less than it's ever been. I'm different with shows. You'll never see me go in a show. I could care less to go into them. I know who's going before they go, and I set up dinners with them. And I had 2 big dinners that I wanted to have. So I went out there and had them. It saves me 2 other trips. Just go to one place and have it. But the COVID restrictions in Vegas are very relaxed.
Very. And I think that, when you think about kind of the different trade shows and specifically what your point, Kyle, when you think about attendees, it's easier for attendees to go because they don't have to think about the logistics of a booth or sponsorship or things like that. I mean, they can kind of make that decision and go. It's less of a financial investment for them than it is for the vendors to do that. So I think the ones that want to get out there, the Robert Bains of the world, are going to go no matter what. And it's much easier for attendees. So my hope is, especially when you get to TIA and Freightwaves, that people decide to go and those events go well and don't get canceled. Because I think if those go well in our industry, it actually gives confidence to all the rest to try to have it as well. So we'll see how it works out. But I'm hoping that the attendees do have an appetite for it. I think they do. So we'll see what happens on that. All right, last question. This one's interesting how you guys answer this. In your opinion, are trade shows more or less valuable than they were before the pandemic? The majority of you, 6, said they are more valuable now than before the pandemic, which is very interesting because in the middle of the pandemic, we talked about virtual events and how they're here to stay, and trade shows are going to think twice about having events and people about spending money to go to them. But I am in the agreement of I think they are more valuable now because we realize the value of the in-person connection. The thing that Bain knew all along, I think everybody's starting to kind of understand and realize that is the value of that in-person connection. So we'll see what happens. Only one of you said less and 2 of you were not sure. So overwhelmingly more valuable now than they were in the past. So, all right, cool. Well, thank you for entertaining me by taking those polls. I appreciate that. Let's talk a little bit about freight. What's happening in the world of freight? Are things slowing down? Is port congestion getting better? Is capacity loosening at all? Has anything changed out in the real world of logistics marketplace?
The current position is permanent. The current status is permanent.
Rob, go first.
So our current situation is going to be permanent, I think.
Permanent? Wow, not long lasting. Permanent. Okay. All right. Yep. Megan, what do you think?
I just talked with a customer at 11 o'clock today, and he's in procurement. He works directly with the transportation people. So that's kind of ironic since I'm now in IT. But anyway, he was lamenting about how, the California ports are still, congested, and it's really, really hard for them to predict with any degree of accuracy when they're going to be able to get, restocked. They had planned in advance of the pandemic, like 2 months in advance. And so they took precautions and like got a bunch of supplies and all this. But in the last 6 months, they have since run out. So now they're in the same boat as everybody else, and they don't have the stock in the market like they used to. So he said it's still bad, and it's going to stay bad. He said his forecast is until the end of 23.
Wow. Which, think about that. That's another 2 years. I mean, isn't that crazy to think about? But you're probably right about that. I mean, when you go to buy something on Amazon, or like, I bought the flooring from Lowe's or whatever, you really got to pay attention to the delivery date because it fluctuates massively. Like I ordered a new Apple Watch band, 2 years with the Apple Watch. So I finally decided to get a new band. It took 2 days. So that was quick. But then, I ordered something else, and it was like 3 weeks before it could get in. Oh, a MacBook. I was actually going to order a new computer. And I wasn't gonna get it until I think they said February, like 20 something or 15th or something like that. It was like 4 weeks. I'm like, dang, right? So I went to Best Buy and bought it because it was in stock. So it's crazy how the variations are, and how wide the possibilities are in terms of delivery dates.
I had a car accident.
Yeah, Nathan.
I got hit in the rear on the freeway on December 2nd, and did $21,000 to my BMW of damage, and I
the one taillight got it.
Did you know there's 37 computer modules in the back bumper of a BMW? I didn't know that. But
wow.
So I called. It's now January 21st. I talked to the lady actually yesterday, or complained at her again. And she said, I can't give you an ETA when your car will be ready because I can't give you an ETA when the parts will be here because I can't find the parts.
Look at the mileage you're saving on that thing, though. Use the loaner. Pile up those miles on a loaner.
Luckily, I have a company car, so I put the State Farm rental credit back towards my bill and just driving my company car.
Yeah, it's crazy right now. I think I read that Intel, I think it was Intel, they're building a $200 million chip factory in Ohio, I believe, because of the chip shortage. I mean, they're starting to make some moves, but again, how long does it take to build a factory and start production? I mean, just all of these things are, there's not overnight fixes for a lot of these problems that we're having. That's for sure.
What's the insurance requirements going to be on a full truckload of chips?
A lot.
Yeah. Raquel, what do you got?
I got two things. So I've been doing a lot of work out of the ports. I can tell you that I'm fighting to get appointments out of the port of Houston. I had to request an appointment about 4 days ahead of time, and then they still canceled it on me the same day. Out of the port of New Orleans, they're limiting me to 6 trucks. I'm not allowed to send in any more than 6 trucks a day so that they can make sure everyone has a shot of getting their product out of there. The problem I'm running into is I only have 30 days to get all of the material out of the port before my client gets charged for it sitting there, which was the response, right? The answer to get more material out of the port was to charge the clients because it's sitting there. So I'm doing everything I can to help the clients. But I also wanted to bring another question up to the group here, and that is, what's your thoughts on the driver shortage? Because I'm seeing more and more last mile driver requirements and people looking to hire CDL drivers, which I'm afraid is going to take away from our over-the-road truckers.
Over almost 50% of drivers right now are 48 or older in age. They'll eventually hit that retirement age, and the nicest way to say it is we're screwed. You've got one of the neatest things I saw around here was paying OTR drivers hourly. And it's the craziest thing I've ever heard, but in their mind, they're seeing the change in the supply chain and the extra money coming in, the extra money spent, and they want a piece of that. So the owner that I'm friends with, we talked about it the other day, and he was like, yeah, I'm doing that, and I'm actually hiring people. because they feel like they're getting a piece of the pie and not getting paid the same per mile when they see the rates triple.
Are they staying on though? Because that's the bigger thing is the retention right now, the quit rate.
They're staying on.
Did you guys read that Jock article by Jason Miller, who's genius? Yeah. Like, if you ever talk to him, but like that whole breakdown of the retention and then the hiring is all craziness.
If you ever want to feel stupid, talk to Jason Miller.
Oh yeah.
Who was that? Jason who?
Jason Miller.
Michigan State.
Miller. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Like, he puts out these amazing graphs, really breaks down a ton of stuff. The guy's genius. Like, when he just breaks down what's happening based off of data is amazing. I had him on the podcast like a while back, and he's just like, I was like, okay, you're way too smart to be on this podcast. Like,
you're like, no follow-up questions because I don't know what you just said. Next question.
It sounds great.
Well, you know, when you walk into a Dollar Tree and you look around and you're like, I feel like I went to Harvard or something right now. He looks at us like that.
Yeah. Robert, what were you saying?
Well, two things. One, Kyle, if you need somebody a little stupider, you can always have me on. So that helps. But no, I think it's an interesting point you bring up, Raquel, when you're talking about the driver. So there's two things, right? There's a concern about driver age. It's also the concern about driver utilization, because we have a massive underutilization issue with drivers. And some people say, oh, well, we have all these available loads and freight is up. Ultimately, you have drivers that still sit. You have drivers that still are waiting. There is a massive underutilization problem. And part of it, there's a variety of reasons for that. That said, I think the biggest point is with drivers aging out, eventually their health is going to necessitate them being home more, and they're no longer able to drive. So you're going to need to have options for younger drivers. That's why I'm really excited about this pilot program that they're putting through with the apprenticeships and allowing 18-year-olds to be able to drive. That's going to help. And I think you're going to see a lot of investment. And what we're hearing about with our clients is you're seeing folks, looking to invest now in a lot of this autonomous and this convoy type of technology, because that's one of the ways that if you can't get your drivers completely utilized, you can at least get your equipment fully utilized.
Yeah, but I read the whole article by like Walsh and Buttigieg where they're like, yeah, the autonomous, like that's still kind of down the road. Like talking to Schreiber, like he's like, yeah, autonomous vehicles are going to be something that just generally, like gradually come on. Like you can't just flip the switch. I'm sorry, I'm like trying to like show off to the camera, and I'm this little tiny, I'm too thick for this place. RFP, Meatloaf, and Louis Anderson.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah, I know. But like, the autonomous isn't going to be just okay, I'm going to just start getting autonomous trucks. It's not like that. No, really, right.
We're so far away from level 5 because we have, like, you get into the legislative piece as well. That's where it's going to get hung up. It's not going to be around the technology. People are building this stuff. They've been building this stuff. Where it's going to get hung up is with the legislative, because what's going to happen when that car or that vehicle rolls over and kills a family of 4? That's going to be a problem.
What happens when it doesn't see a 1988 installed school sign flashing and takes out a whole bus?
Exactly what I'm hitting at. And unfortunately, we live in this society today, and I get it. It's not that it shouldn't happen, but here in America, somebody goes to jail when that happens. Whether it's for 10 years or 110 years, someone's going to jail. And
there's that case right now that's going on with the Tesla car that ran a red light, hit a car, and it's like who's responsible, Tesla or the driver that put it on automated pilot?
Well, that's why Musk is going to Mars, guys. You can't arrest him in Mars. There ain't no laws.
That's right. He's out of here. That's the whole plot of the whole thing. All right, guys, this is a great conversation. We're going to end today's show with a little bit of This Week in Pictures. Do things a little bit differently today. So normally I just, bring up my photos and we run with that. But today I actually have everything I kind of put together. We're a little bit more sophisticated now than we've been in the past. So This Week in Pictures, I know, I got a little slide deck going, but it looks a little bit more clean and got some color schemes in there. We'll see. Although the colors don't match. Look at that, the background. Oh, I got to work on that. All right.
Knucklehead.
So first thing that happened this week, my daughter got a little sick, and we took her to urgent care because we needed to get a COVID test. We had to listen to this. We were looking all around at all of our local pharmacies, the Walgreens, CVS, and whatever, to get a rapid COVID test because one of her dance classmates tested positive for COVID, and we were like concerned that she had COVID because she had some symptoms. She had a fever and things like that. And we wanted to let other people know that we'd been around and just like give some assurances, all that. Couldn't get a test. Had to go to urgent care to get a test. She tested negative, which was great. Tested negative for flu. The lady literally just said, "I'm sorry, this is just a cold, and I know that it concerns you, but it's just a cold." I was just thinking about how many other parents are in the same situation where the symptoms are there and we just freak out now because we don't know what else to do, right? But I thought it was funny that she was sitting there waiting for her appointment, watching TV. And we actually did have the football game on, and she was watching it with me. So that was probably the best urgent care visit that we've ever had. Unfortunately, she was negative in terms of being tested for COVID. So then the next day we went out in the cold after she was feeling better, and we did some snow angels and some sledding. So we had a good time here doing that. The snow's now melted. All right, a couple things in the news. So home prices. It doesn't matter if you're not going to sell, but your home is now worth about 20% more, 15% more than it was last year. They're saying the average home increased by about $50,000. The average home, not obviously every home, but the average one did. And so the greatest, highest on record ever, the increase in home prices this past year. And it doesn't look like it's slowing down. I talked to my realtor friend recently. They sold more homes in 2021 than any year since 2006 with half the inventory. So pretty crazy how that's going down. Also, this week we saw that Starbucks dropped their COVID vaccine mandate after the Supreme Court ruling. We'll see what other businesses do, but the Supreme Court struck down the vaccine mandate for businesses. I think it's still maybe in play for government, maybe. I'm not sure. But that was a ruling there's going to be a lot of rulings coming up that are pretty significant. We have that. There's the Roe v. Wade cases are coming up, and a couple other things that are going to the Supreme Court. So we'll see what happens with that. This week, Joe Biden gave a second press conference in quite a long time. I think he's done a total of 8 in his presidency, the fewest of any incoming president over a 1 year period. Here's some of the highlights, some of the different things that go on. Some issues around the upcoming election being illegitimate, issues with Russia, and a minor incursion into Ukraine and what that means. We'll see what goes on, but politically it's going to be a mess here. We got 10 months of ads and campaigning for the midterm elections. It is now full election season, so we got that coming up. Crazy to see what happens with that. Also, we have, for those of you who missed the beginning, we have a wager in place. So again, I might be wearing my good friend Nate Cross's Josh Allen Bills jersey if my Chiefs are not able to win. But more than likely they will. So he'll be wearing this sweaty jersey because I'm going to take it off right after the game, put it in a box, ship it to him. He's got to wear it on the next episode of Freight 360. So if nothing else, pull for the Chiefs for me just for that alone.
You wouldn't wait until the Super Bowl's over?
Dude, I would send it right away so he has to wear it immediately. I've got other Chiefs garb. I got other things I can wear. So, don't worry about that. I'm good. Saw this sign online. Thought this was interesting. Taco Bell is telling customers how they should be eating their fully loaded nachos if there's more than one person participating. I thought that was like, who makes this? That looks like a legit sign. Like, who puts up a sign to talk about that? Pretty crazy. But so if you go to Taco Bell and you get the fully loaded nachos, just make sure that you understand the rule in terms of eating those nachos. One person can't take the ones with meat and stuff. All right, everybody got it? All right, very good.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's great. All right, next, I saw this. So this poor guy got a new water bottle, used it for 2 weeks before he realized that there was paper instructions inside. I wonder what caught his attention. Did the water start to taste a little grainy? I mean, was it were the pebbles in it? I don't know what happened, but can you imagine pulling that out after 2 weeks of drinking water out of that thing? Oh, that would be horrible. Pretty brutal. And then finally, guys, we're going to end the show with this. As you guys know, again, most popular song in Disney World. It's coming up. So we're going to go ahead and end with this. Anybody wants to sing along, feel free to join. Happy to do that. For the rest of you guys, thanks for joining Word on the Street, episode 90. We've got episode 91 coming next week. So make sure that you're here for that. And we will look forward to seeing you guys next week. All right, see you guys. We're going to see you out.
Have a good weekend.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
See you guys.